Hello everyone, my name is Mudassir and today I will give you a short introduction of NI Multisim. NI Multisim is basically a software which is used to design and simulate different analog and digital electronic circuits. There are many more softwares are available, but Multisim has got so many components that we see in our real-time application. For this reason, we can use this to design any kind of electronic circuit very easily and then simulate it to check whether this circuit will work accurately or not, or it is efficient enough to build it on a barrow board or a breadboard to use for any purpose. Now, first I will tell you the component. It is basically look for too much things. It is already available, visible to you. Like on the right corner, you can see there place a small VI which showing the different detector like multimeter, function generator, watt meter, oscilloscope, etc. So you can check 4-channel oscilloscope. You can check any kind of detector which can be used in an electronic circuit from here. Now, for if you want to place any component for your circuit, you can check it from here on the left corner on upper side. Here you can see there are so many. If you when you click on this icon, you will see the sources available for you in this multisim. You can see here is a AC power source, DC power source. You can choose anything, and there are also more options available like single voltage sources. Here you can see AC voltage, AM voltage, and signal current source are also available. So different kind of sources are available. Besides that, if you go in this group section and open it, you can see the different things like basic component, which are basic switch, transformer, sockets, resistor, capacitor. So you can check any kind of resistor, capacitor, or resistor you want to use in a circuit from here. Beside that, there are diodes available because there are number of diodes, and the different diodes are used for different purposes. So you can check any kind of diode which you want to use from here easily. There are Zener diode are also available, LED switching mode, different components available which you can use easily from here. First, I will tell component which you want to use and then click on it, and after that you need to press this OK. Then you can place it anywhere in this sheet. So I just placing it here. Now I just remove this. Now you can see this one showing the specs of this AC power source. It's showing it has 120 volt and 60 hertz frequency. If you want to change it or make it 120 more than 120, so you need to just double click on it. Then a window will appear, small window. In this you can see the specs of this AC voltage. If you want to change it, you can change it from here. Like here the voltage is 120. Now I am making it 220. So just I write it here 220 and then press OK. Then you can see now your this AC source will provide you 220 volts. And if you want to change the frequency, so you can change it from here as well. Like I am making it 50 hertz. So this is your AC power source. Now if you want to check whether it's really giving you 220 volt or not, for your confirmation, you can, here you can see the multimeter. You can click on it and drag it anywhere you want to place it, and just click again and it will be placed here. Now you want to wire it with this power supply, just go bring your arrow on this pin and then left click on it. It will be wired here, and now go there when you where you want to wire it and then click again on it. So here you can see it is now connected with this terminal. Similarly, this is the negative terminal of the multimeter, so you need to just connect it here, but we need to ground the circuit as well. So now I'm going again to the power sources. Here you can see the ground option. So now I'm just pressing it and you can place it anywhere. I'm just grounding here this circuit, so I just place it here. Now your circuit is okay. So now you want to, if you want to check what is the voltage, you can double click on it. The small window will appear which show the value of the voltage, current, or whatever you want to check from here by just playing this circuit. Now you want to check the AC voltage, so you need to press the AC one. If you place it on a DC, it will give you, it will not give you anything because there is no DC voltage. So according to your requirement, if you want to check a current, you can press on ampere. If you want to check voltage, you will set it on voltage. If you want to check the resistance of a something, any component, then you can place it on a ohm option, but I want here to check the voltage of this AC source. So I'm just placing it here. Now I just run this circuit. So now you can see I'm getting 220 volt from this AC power. We basically use to oscilloscope to check any kind of waveform. So here you can see from this detector section, here is the oscilloscope. So I'm just pressing it and bring it here. Now remove this one, just select it and right click on it, and then you can delete it from here and it will be removed. Now I want to check this waveform, so I will connect one of its channel to this AC power source like this, and then ground it as well. Now double click on this oscilloscope. You will this is the front screen on which the waveform will appear when we start the circuit. Now I just play this circuit and you can see it is running. These are the scale which you said, this showing the x-axis scale. A 10 millisecond per division mean from the length of one box is 10 millisecond, and this channel A mean in the vertical direction the one box represent 5 volt per division. You can increase or decrease it. I'm making it 10, 20, 50, 100. So you can see this one division box is showing 50 volt. So it means from mean point to here is 50 volt, from then another box is representing 100 volt, and so on. If you can increase, I'm setting it 100 volt, so this one box represent 100 volt per division. So like that you can adjust it any way you want to according to your requirement. If you want to increase it more, now this, you can stop the circuit anytime by clicking this. So now you can see this is the voltage waveform which we are getting from this AC source. So this is our AC source which we want to use. Now I just remove this oscilloscope. Now another component which we have thought in our basically in the secondary or high level is a transformer. Transformer is basically a device which is basically a component, not a device, which is used to step down the AC voltage. To increase it or decrease it depend upon the turn ratio. So I want a transformer, so I will go to this basic component section. Here you can see different component. Here this is the transformer. There are different kind of transformer available, like this is a simple transformer, this is another one. Oh, sorry, this is a center tap transformer. So I'm just using a simple transformer, so I just select it and press this OK. Now you can place it where you want it. I just place it here. Here you can see the ratio 10:1. It's mean in this transformer the number of turn in primary coil is 10 and the number of turn in a secondary coil is 1. So it is basically a step down transformer. If you want to change this turn ratio and make it step up transformer, so you need to just double press on it, and here you can see primary coil number of turns and secondary coil number of turns. So you can change it by here and make it according to your requirement, like if you want to make it 100 by 20 or whatever turns you want in your transformer ratio. So this is a transformer. Now I just connect it here like this. We didn't need ground here because I'm connecting a transformer to it. So I just connect the primary coil of this transformer to this AC source, and at the output I want to check what I am getting. So I just place in a multimeter by clicking on multimeter. You can drag it here and place it, then wire it with the output of this transformer like this, and then you need to place the ground as well. So I'm just grounding the circuit like this. Now the circuit is completed. Now you want to check whether your circuit is working okay or not. First you open this window. Now I'm just want to check the voltage after the transformer, which will give me AC voltage. So that's why I'm just setting this multimeter on AC voltage. So it will now give me only like AC volt, not DC. So when I run this, you can see I'm getting 20 volt at the output. So with that you can change the AC voltage by making a step up or step down, like we are using simple transformer in our real life. So if you want to change the turn ratio, you can change it by double clicking on it. I'm just increasing the turn ratio from 10 to 20, and I increase the secondary ratio to 6. Now we will see what will happen when I again run it. Now you can see 66 volts. So according to this turn ratio, it giving me this number of this AC voltage at the output. So by varying this turn ratio, you can get output AC voltage according to your requirement, but depending which kind of transformer you are using. You can also make it a step up transformer by increasing the secondary coil turns and decreasing the primary coil turns. So you can use a transformer easily here. Now, if you want to check the voltage waveform, you again can connect a oscilloscope here and then check it waveform as well. So I just connecting the oscilloscope to check whether it giving me the same AC voltage or it gets interrupted by some signal. So I'm just connecting the oscilloscope and making it ground as well. Now double clicking on this one, it will appear this display screen on which I can see the voltage waveform. Now I just run it. Now you can see this is the voltage waveform, but the division across this vertical axis is 5 volt per division. So this is very small. I am increasing the value to 50. So it's mean this one box in vertical direction representing 50 volts. So now it's almost giving me more than near 70 volts output AC output voltage waveform. So you can see we are taking a 20 to 20 volt AC voltage waveform, and then we step down it through this transformer, and it will giving us same AC with the voltage around 50 66 to 70 volts. So here you can easily analyze your voltage waveform as well without any problem. So now I just stop this circuit. Now I want to basically we try to make the AC voltage waveform DC because most of our component or electronic devices are work on a DC voltage. So that's why we need a bridge rectifier. For there are many of ways to build a bridge rectifier like center tap or bridge rectifier. I'm just simply trying to make a bridge rectifier here to make this AC voltage DC. For that I need diode. So you can here you can see place diode option or icon. You can click on it. Here you can see different kind of diode available. So according to your requirement, you can anyone. I'm just using a simple 1 and 4001 which has 0.7 voltage drop. So I'm just placing it here. I need four of them. So I will select again, and like this I just place four diode to make a bridge rectifier. If you want to rotate any component, you just simply need to click on it and then click right button, and then you can see the option. Here you can flip the component vertically or horizontally, or you can rotate the component by 90-degree clockwise. So I'm just rotating in by 90-degree clockwise, as you can see here. If you want to make it 180-degree, you can again press on it and again rotate it by 90-degree, so there will be no problem. Now I want to rotate this one as well. So I'm just right clicking on it and then rotating it clockwise 90-degree. Now you can connect it with one another to make a bridge rectifier like this. You didn't need to go to a separate option to wire them with each other. You can just place an arrow on there and the option will appear for wiring. Now I'm connecting this transformer to this bridge rectifier like this. Now after converting AC voltage into DC, there may be some ripples. So to remove these ripples, we need a capacitor. So I just want to place a capacitor here. So I will go back to the basic section. Here you can see the options of capacitor. From here you can take any kind of capacitor. You just search it here, or you can find it in like pico, farad, whatever value you want. You can pick it from here. I'm just taking 200 micro. 2200 microfarad capacitor here, just clicking OK, and you can place it here. Now if you want to rotate it, same, double click on it and then right click, and then you can rotate it by clockwise or anti-clockwise 90-degree like this. You need to ground the circuit as well. So for that you need to go into the source section, and there is a ground available. You can select it and place it where you want it to place like this. Now I need to wire them at the correct terminal. So I'm connecting this capacitor at the output of the bridge rectifier and the negative side of the capacitor to the ground like this. I also need to connect this side to the ground. So I'm just connecting here like this. So now your circuit is almost completed. Now you want to check whether this is okay or not. You just need to put a multimeter here to check the voltage waveform at the output of this bridge rectifier, like this. Now when I open it, now you are measuring the DC voltage waveform, so you need to put it on a DC. If you put it on a AC voltage for waveform, it will not give you any value because there is no AC voltage at the output of bridge rectifier. So now when I run it, you can see after the bridge rectifier we are getting 52 volt of DC. To whether check it is really AC or DC, you can use a oscilloscope. So I'm just removing this multimeter and placing an oscilloscope here, and I just want to compare the AC voltage after the bridge transformer and a DC voltage after the bridge rectifier. So for that I'm connecting this first channel to the voltage after this transformer and the other channel of the oscilloscope at the output of this bridge rectifier. I need to ground it this as well. So I'm just copying this ground from here and just place it here to ground the oscilloscope as well, like this. Now it is grounded, so it will work okay. Otherwise it will shows you some error and the simulation will be not done. So I'm just clicking on it so you can see here. Now I just run this circuit. Now here the division are very large by like 5 volt per division, so I'm just increasing it to 20 or 50. I just increase it to 50 volt DC. For channel B it's showing 5 volt per division. I'm increasing it to 50 as well. So you can see at the output of the of this step down transformer we are getting AC voltage waveform which showing by red color of almost 60 to 52 or 60 voltage waveform, and after the bridge rectifier we are getting this orange color DC voltage waveform. So it is a smooth DC, so which we want basically from our bridge rectifier. If you want, this is transient analysis option. As the transient analysis is basically is the analysis of the circuit during the time it changes from one steady state condition to another steady state condition. In simple words, basically transient analysis will reveal how the current or voltage are changing during a certain time period at a certain node point. So if you want to check it to the transient analysis, you can just first click on it, double click. You need to, this is the number, this is the basically the you can specify the node point. So it is the 3 node point 3 here, and this is the node point. You can check from it, it is a 4. So now you want to check the voltage across node point 3 and 4 to according to the transient analysis, means how they are changing with respect to time. So you need to simulate it transiently. So you go to this simulate option, you can click on it. There is analysis. There are different kind of analysis are available. You can do any kind of analysis like Fourier analysis, noise analysis. Here is the transient analysis which simulate the waveform according to the time. So I'm just taking it. In the first option, this is the analysis parameter, what you want to analysis or how you want to analysis. Here basically you define the time, for how much time you want to basically simulate this waveform. So I'm just making it 1 minute. It means I just want to simulate this waveform at this point for in first 1 minute when the circuit is started. This is the time step. You can also define it or you can generate it by automatically without any problem. Is now when you go to the output. Output means what you want to check for 1 minute at the output of this node point. Here is the option like current across diode 1, 2, 3 or power across capacitor 1 or diode 1. This is the voltage across node point 1, node point 2, 3, 4 and 5. You want to check the voltage across node point 3. So you need to click on it and then add it to this section. So the all the quantities you add in this section will be simulated for that period you defined previously. And I want to also simulate this voltage waveform at the node point 4. So this I just added it. You can add more values to them what you want to simulate, but I just want to simulate these two to check the voltage behavior after the transformer, step down transformer and a bridge rectifier. So I just added these two. When I click this simulate, you can see this graph is appearing. So it's showing the voltage waveform across V3 across after the step down transformer, and V4 is the voltage after the bridge rectifier. It's showing like this. If you want to make it more clear, you can double click on it. Here is the setting of this graph, simulated graph. You can change the names or you can change the traces. This is the left axis. Here is showing the label of this axis. You can change the name of this axis by adding it here what you want. And this is the range. As you can see, the range of this axis is minus 50 to 100. If you want to change this range, you can change it from here. If I make it minus 10 from minimum and make it suppose I'm making it 80. So it means when I apply it, you can see the axis, vertical axis is from now minus 10 to 80. So now the my waveform is little bit chopped, so I want to increase this to minus 20. Then you again apply it. You can see this is the voltage waveform. If you want to change the scale of the x-axis, you can go to this bottom axis. Here you can see the range from 0 to 1 second. I just want to simulate it for 100 milliseconds, so I make it 0.1. When I click on apply, you can see this behavior is showing this kind of voltage waveform. It is may not be smooth that much, but there may be some ripples due to the component we are using, but you can change the scale here basically. Now, if I want to apply these changes, you need to press this OK. If you did not press this OK and cancel it, it will go back to the initial position where you have simulated earlier in the first step. So when I press this OK, you can see now I get this voltage waveform. So like that, you can easily design any kind of circuit and then simulate it according to your requirement. So multisim is a very useful and user friendly. There is no complication by in finding a different component or connecting. So it is very useful and very easy to use for any kind of electronic circuit. So you can change the values anytime, anywhere, and you can modify your circuit before making it practically. So it is very useful for that purpose. So if you have any other question related to this, you can ask in a comment section. I will answer you, and please give us your feedback. So next time we will arrange some other session in which we proceed further. Thank you. If someone is asking about ripples, ripple is basically caused when we convert AC voltage into DC voltage. So you need to smooth that DC voltage. If there are ripple in your DC voltage, your electronic devices may not operate it well because we need a smooth DC at output. So whenever we convert AC into DC, there are some ripples occur. They due to different factors. So we use capacitor to smooth it, or we can also use an inductor with it, or combination of both an inductor and capacitor as well. So now I'm ending this session. Inshallah, next time we will meet with some new things. And here is the question. I will answer this question in the next session. And if you are there, you can remind me as well. Thank you.